right. Welcome back to the Board Drill Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Kyle. I'm here with my co-host, Matt. And do a little special video tonight. We got another email from one of our tens of followers. Matt, so this one, I'm actually going to really focus on you here. All right, so this email is mainly about the O-line and kind of breakdown stuff. So the question was, when using Hudl or any film source, I assume that means Hudl or QuickCut or whatever else you're using. What are some of the things that you would look for to give your offensive linemen the most information without overloading them? And what I think coach is trying to ask is when you're breaking down, I guess, a D-line or the linebackers in the blitz phase, like what are you looking and what key pointers are you looking to tell your offensive line without just throwing the whole sink at them? Or maybe you do throw the whole kitchen sink at them. So go ahead and take this one. I'll kind of chime in with a little bit of that. But, what are you guys looking at when you're breaking down film with the O-line?
Yeah, it's an excellent question. I used to go through the week the same way every week. I'd start with the film that of our own game, right? And I kind of want to talk about that briefly. I know he was probably referring to scouting.
Yeah, but self-scout matters too.
Self-scout's huge, to me. I think you get more out of your self-scout than you do scouting your opponents, especially with the offensive line, because that's where you truly get to work on your craft and fix your mistakes. So what I would do with every week is I would find what mistakes did we make the most, what were the most critical mistakes we made, and I would find 3 of them. I would highlight 3 of them, and I would focus on those on that first Monday we got back. When we got back on Monday, I am taking those 3 mistakes, I'm showing it to them on film. I don't care that they see the whole film, but I'm going to make sure we highlight those 3 mistakes. They see what they're doing wrong, and let's go fix those 3 mistakes this week. And if we do that every week, we're going to end up better by the end of the season. We're going to be improving. So whether it's a down block, a double team, and a lot of it's mental mistakes that the kids make, and you got to go through and set up your cans or whatever you're using to identify the fronts, and let's walk through it, and let's take it step by step. A lot of it's simple footwork stuff, So it's just going back and fixing those mistakes. I think once you get past your own mistakes, that's the time where scouting comes in. So I never went and even talked about another team until we fixed our 3 mistakes that we wanted to fix. And I'm not saying we didn't have more than 3 mistakes, right? We're going to have a ton of mistakes on a Friday night, but I'm going to find those 3 that maybe they happen in a clutch situation. Maybe it's something simple I see I can go fix from film, but I'm looking for those 3 things to show them. So from scouting standpoint, obviously, first thing when you put on the film, what are you looking for? Their alignment. You're looking at what the defense is in alignment. A lot of times you're going to get some sort of base alignment from a defense that they're going to be in a majority of the time. And that's where you want to spend the majority of your time. And then seeing how, as a coach, you want to kind of look at how does different personnel sets affect those changes, because maybe if you add a tight end, they're going to go from a 3-4, then now maybe they're going to show an over front, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of teams like
do that
around. Yeah. They like to shift around and do that. So you got to know that as a coach going into it. And what are you going to show, right? Because you want it to be relevant to what you're going to do. So finding film from teams that show similar personnel sets and formation sets is crucial. And making sure your offensive linemen come out when you're able to get on cans on the practice field and set up the cans and start running through your plays against that alignment. It's also important to know assignment. Like, are they shooting gaps? Are they trying to, clog things up? Are they squeezing? What's the defense's goal, and what are they trying to do up front? And I think that finding that D-line playing style is very important for your kids, so that you can, during the week, if you're facing an over front and screaming off the edge, or he's squeezing really hard, you find someone in practice that can mimic that and make it something that because that matters. That matters for offensive line play. And you got to know how they're going to react. It's not just where they're going to line up. And then I always used to go and just calculate up all the third downs. Let me look it up the third downs. What are they doing on third down, especially third and long, third and medium, where their blitz is coming from? Are they walking up? Are they showing a blitz? that's important for your players to know. If they're going to walk up and show it and your players can ID it quick, well,
Yeah.
that's like cheating in the game. I mean, if they're going to walk up and do that. So how's the defense blitzing? And then we used to do a blitz pickup period every week, right? Where we would line up either the backup offensive lineman or I'd pull some scout defensive guys over and we'd line them up and I'd just point to what gap they're sprinting to and we'd just send them and go. And we'd try to overload it and make it tougher than what they'll actually see in the game, right? So that blitz pickup period was always huge for us. Rep it every day, make sure they see it every day. And as a coach, all you need is a few little note cards to show you what it, remind yourself of what they're going to be doing in the game.
Yeah, we used to actually do that live one time a week, just a 5-minute period. It was 11 on 11. And Coach Garrish, who's our head coach at the time, would just look at me. He's like, I don't care what you do, but every play has to be a blitz. And I'm like, every play is always a blitz anyway. So this isn't any new to me. So I enjoyed that period quite a bit because we definitely brought a lot of heat and a lot of different pressures. So,
well, it's also fun to do instead of a 7-on-7.
Yeah,
you line up. Hey, bring 11 out and just send pressure. Let my quarterback see it. Let him see the pressure. Try to get to him.
And the side note was for our offense, it let them work on things like screen game and stuff like that. That you have to get the timing right when you're just doing it on air. There's not as much sense of urgency like a free safety breathing down your neck right when the ball's snapped, right? So that was something where they could time up things like draws, like screens, things like that. Any kind of hot reads where they were turning around the stick route or something like that. So there were all these different things that the offense had to work on timing and all that good stuff. And then sometimes just running into the blitz, right? Like sometimes you have a run and you know that they're going to blitz and get vertical and you want to kick them and get vertical yourself on the offense. So I think there's all those different things. These are great points.
But even that, you got to practice, right? Because a guy blitzing off the edge when you run counter or power at is a lot different than a guy squeezing. Right?
Yeah.
Because that guy flying off the edge, he's going to get depth. He's going to be in a place you're not ready for. So your kids got to see that. They got to know how to manage it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I agree. Perfect. Well, any other parting words for our coach that emailed in other than, Coach, we appreciate you emailing in and asking us questions?
No, keep it simple for the kids. Don't overload them. Don't throw every single thing that you've ever seen a defense do. If you have 9 different films on a team, don't make them watch all 9 films. Just give them the parts and pieces that you got to learn how to cipher through, and give them the parts and pieces that they need to know for when they're scouting. And a lot of these kids don't watch film anyways. They're not actually on the offensive linemen sometimes, but some of those kids won't get on Hudl and they won't watch the other team, besides the other team's highlights. And but you almost have to start to teach the kids how to watch film, how to go through it, and what they should be looking for.
Absolutely. Awesome. For me and Matt, signing off. Again, if you are interested in ever sending us any questions, you can reach out to us at theboardrillpodcast@gmail.com or any of our social medias. Most of the other ones are Board Drill Pod. And again, speaking of this, we have articles that we write all the time about this, and we have one article in particular about matching someone's personnel on third down coming out on Thursday. So check it out. That's on boarddrill.com along all of our other mediums. So, Coach, we appreciate you writing in. And for me and Matt, we'll see you guys next time.